Hi there, I'm Eitan, and welcome back to the Wix Wiz. So, if you live on planet Earth and you are connected to the internet, then you probably have heard of the new app by Meta called Threads. And this has caused an uproar and mockery of Twitter. Some people calling it the Twitter killer, and just, a general amusement of the whole online community with this new app. And this has also, sparked obviously debate on Twitter and parody on Twitter. And one of those was this tweet by devs on Wix about building a Twitter clone on Velo. And I said, okay, challenge accepted. Let's see what we can do with Velo and see if we could build a Twitter clone. But I also know that this would probably take a very long time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the challenge a little bit, and we are going to try and build a Twitter clone on Wix in an hour. Okay, so we'll see how far we can get in 1 hour building a Twitter clone on Wix. And spoiler alert, it's not super far, but we do get a nice amount of features in there. But if you want to follow along and see what that looks like, you can wait 5 seconds and we'll be there. But before that, I just want to say that if you like this video and this video gets 100 likes, then I will continue this challenge and really flesh out and build out the full Twitter app to some extent, at least as good as Threads, on Wix using Velo. So without further ado, let's get started. So before I actually start the timer, I want to talk a little bit about scope. So let's define what exactly the requirements for this project are for it to be a Twitter killer. So obviously we're going to need the ability to tweet, and we're going to be able to tweet text and images. In regard to tweets, we're going to let people comment, retweet, and like. We're not going to have the quote tweet feature. I have Twitter here open on the side for a reference, so we're not going to have anything here except for just sharing the image. We're not going to have any of all these settings or any of these panels here on the side. What we will have is the character limit, obviously. That's a big feature, but we have 241 characters because we're just that much better than Twitter. And we're going to have a feed with the recommended tweets, and we're going to allow people to search by tweets and by hashtags. What we're not going to do is focus on design. And if we have extra time, which I doubt we will, then we'll have some bonus things, which will be to have the view count and possibly tagging people using the @ symbol. We can add that as a possible bonus feature as well. Just to set some ground rules for how this will work. So we have 1 hour to see how far we're going to get. And in terms of debugging, so if there is some kind of editor issue, Wix issue, something like that, then timer gets paused automatically until we refresh and we're back online. And if there's some kind of bug in the code that takes kind of more than 10, 15 seconds to resolve, like it's not a quick fix, then the timer will be paused until that bug is resolved. So those are the ground rules for this challenge. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and start the timer. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is start with our tweets collection, okay, because that's going to be a core part of this project. So I'm going to call this collection tweets. And inside of these tweets, what are we going to have? So we're going to have the content of the tweet, which will be just the text that's included in the tweet. We will have the author of the tweet. So it's going to be author ID. It's going to be a member ID of the author. We are going to have an image possibly with our tweet, right? I can just call this image. That works. We are going to have also comments, which will essentially be other tweets that are commenting on this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add a multi-reference field that's going to reference back to this field, so to this collection, sorry. So it's going to be, let's call it comments, okay? And here we're going to have the reference collection as tweets, and so that's our comments. And I'm going to add a Boolean field that will tell us if it's a comment or not. So I'm going to call this is comment, okay, to see if this is a comment. And I'm going to have another field which will be for retweeting. So I'm going to say is retweet, okay. And I'm going to have another field which will indicate the feed on which to display it on. Okay, so I'm going to add this text and I'm going to say feed ID. And the reason I'm doing this is because I think I'm going to hit an issue because let's say when we have a retweet, so we need to have a difference between who the author of the original tweet is and whose feed it's showing on. So if I'm going to show it on someone else's feed, then it's going to show on their feed, but with the original author, and that's why we need to have it like this. And let's see if we should count other things like if it is retweeted. So let's add some counter fields. I'm not sure if we'll have the time to actually use them, but let's have it retweets. Okay, so how many times has this been retweeted? I'll add in the view count just so we have it, but again, we said that's a bonus feature. And I think that that is pretty good for us for now. Yeah. I want to add one more field actually. Sorry. That's going to be an array. And this is going to be hashtags. And what we're going to do is we're going to write a function that will extract hashtags when we post the tweet. And then it'll put those hashtags kind of in an array just for searching purposes. Okay, so that's pretty good for now. And let's go ahead and start to write some of our backend functions. So I'm going to go and create a web module. And I'm going to say tweets. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to import Wix data. From Wix data. And I am going to create a function. So async function create tweet. Okay, and what this is going to do, this is going to take the content of the tweet. So let's say here we're going to have content, image, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Content image. So first we're going to verify that the tweet is not longer than 241 characters. So I'm going to say const tweet length. Let's just, I don't have time for that. So if tweet tweet dot length. Gosh. Oh, sorry, content. Yeah, I do rely very much on the telesense. Okay. Tweet dot length. Now I'm starting to doubt myself if I spelled length right. If content dot length is bigger than 241, then throw error. New error. Oh man, oh man. Tweet is too long. Okay. Next thing we're going to want to do is obviously submit this to the database. So we're going to get the member. So I'm going to import current member from Wix members backend. And we're going to say const member equals wait current member dot get member. And I'm going to wrap this in a try catch. And then here we'll console.log error. And we'll also, yeah, that'll be good for now. And then here, after we get the member, then we'll actually insert the tweet so into the database. So I'm going to say const inserted tweet equals to await Wix data dot insert. And then here we have tweets. And here we're going to insert the tweet, which will actually be the content. It'll be the image. And it will be the member ID, which will be the author ID. So here we're going to have author ID, which will be member.id. And also the feed ID will also be member.id, because this is for the situation where we are just creating a new tweet. So the author and the feed will be the same person. So that is that. And then what we can do is let's add a log, console.log inserted tweet. Let's add inserted tweet. And I'm also going to suppress auth. Okay, because we already know that we have a member. So if we have our member here and we're using the member ID to insert, then we're keeping track of all things like permissions and stuff like that. So I can just go ahead and suppress the auth. And then I'm just going to return the inserted tweet. Okay, that is pretty robust, I think. Now let's write another function that will be for commenting on tweets. So I'm going to go async function comment on tweet. And here we're going to pass in the tweet. We'll pass in the commenter ID. Should I pass in the commenter ID? No, I don't even need that. We're just going to pass in the tweet, and we're going to get the member in the same way that we got the member here. These functions are going to need to be exported. Oh man, already 10 minutes. Exported, and yeah, okay, awesome. So here we're going to comment on a tweet. So what we're going to do is we are going to get the tweet. We even need to get the tweet. No. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to create a new tweet. Okay, so we're going to say const new tweet, or let's call it comment tweet equals to await create tweet. And then here we are going to pass in the content and image. So here we need to pass in, we could just pass in the tweet. Okay. And this, since this tweet will have either a content or an image or whatever, this should still work. And so now we essentially created a new tweet, and we want to insert a reference between the original tweet and the new tweet. So I'm going to add a reference. So I'm going to say wait insert reference, no, Wix data, sorry, dot insert reference. And the collection is going to be tweets. And the referencing one will be the original tweet. So this will be, oh, so property name is going to be comments. And then the referring item is going to be the tweet.id. And the referenced item is going to be the comment tweet.id. Okay, awesome. And I'll just wrap this in a try catch just for good practice, as if I have time to catch errors. Okay, and then here we'll do console.error. Okay, so that's for commenting on a tweet. And let's add a function for retweet as well. Export async function. I'm gonna just change this to comment. We don't need to go so complicated. Act function retweet, and this is going to also take a tweet. And what this is going to do is going to create tweet. 1 second, I'm just thinking of a problem that I might have here. So here, the comment tweet, no. Okay, this is actually commenting on a tweet, so I want to create a new tweet. This is all wrong. Sorry. The new comment tweet also needs to have just needs to have content. Okay. Why does it just need to have content? That is because we're not going to allow commenting with images. And then we're going to create a new tweet with just the comment. It's going to have the content, and it's going to have the commented tweet ID. So we're going to create a new tweet with the content. And then, okay, image. Yeah, image is going to be null. That's a null here. Tweet dot content. Content is, sorry, already doing some refactoring on my code. Dot content. And then this image will be tweet dot image. Okay, let's do it like that. And here we're going to have create tweet, and here we're going to have the tweet, and here also we're going to have a tweet. Okay, and I'm going to just make a little comment for myself up here. Tweet equals content and image for now. Content. Okay, oh my gosh, already 15 minutes. So great, we have retweet, and I'm going to, so let's see how this is going to work. First, let's make sure that I have this in order. So the comment tweet is going to create a new tweet with a tweet with the info from the comment. So here I'm going to change this to comment. Okay, so comment is equal to, for now, just content. Again, these are things that might change as I develop the app. And here we're going to have the comment. No, here we're going to have the commented tweet ID, and here we're going to have the comment tweet ID. Okay, that makes more sense. And in the retweet, we're going to do basically what I did in the comment, which is to create const retweeted tweet is going to be equal to, oh no, here we don't actually need to, here for the retweeted tweet, we don't need to create a new tweet. Do we need to create a new tweet? Yeah, we need to create a new tweet. So I'm going to await create tweet with the original tweet. And here we're going to also, the member, add that here just for good measure. So here, both places, we're going to get the member. And then we're going to create a new tweet. And then what we're going to do is we are going to, okay, but in this created tweet, this is going to be different because the feed is going to be the member ID, but the author is going to be, okay, so tweet, and here we're going to have, this is the original tweet. Yeah, so the created tweet. Okay, so what we're going to have here inside of a tweet, we're also going to have author ID, and feed ID. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to say in a regular create tweet, so we're not going to use these two parameters, but no, we're going to say if tweet dot author ID, then we're going to have the author ID. Otherwise, it'll be the member ID. And the same for the feed ID. So if we have tweet dot feed ID, then we're going to have here tweet feed ID, and otherwise we're just going to have the member ID. Sorry, this does not. Awesome. Okay, great, 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 great. And so the retweeted tweet, oh man, I'm really complicating things here. Okay, so the retweeted tweet is going to create a tweet, but it's going to, we're going to say tweet dot author, no, tweet dot feed ID is going to be equal to member dot ID. So what's going to happen here is it's going to take a tweet that has an author that's someone else, and the feed is also someone else, but then it's going to change that feed ID to this member's ID, and then it's going to create a new tweet based on that tweet. And let's do console.log error. Yeah, and we could get the original tweet and also just, okay, maybe we'll add that afterwards. Okay, that's not a core feature at the moment, and we're already 20 minutes in. Okay, so let's just go back to our scope. So we have a tweet that can be created with text and image. We can comment, retweet, and we have to like a tweet. Okay, so let's add one more API. So export async function, like, and here we actually need to add another. The question is if you can unlike. You have to see who likes what. So I'm going to go to tweets, and I'm going to add another collect. I'm going to add, open collection. I'm going to add a multi-reference field. Okay, so it's going to be a multi-reference field, and we're going to be referencing, so I don't have it installed yet. So I'm going to go ahead, first I'm going to install the members app. Let's go ahead and do that. App market, members, go ahead and install Wix members area. This is how we're going to manage all of the membership on the website. I'm not building that out customly in an hour. And now let's go back to our collection. So I'm going to go and add that multi-reference field. And basically I need to keep track of who liked what, because this is something that can be reversed. Even though we didn't talk about it in the scope, aka scope creep. Yeah, this is basically, we need to be able to either add a like or also rescind a like. So I'm connecting this to the members database, and then basically if someone likes something, then we'll insert a like here. We'll insert their ID here into the likes, and if they unlike it, then we'll take it out. So let's add those two APIs. Okay, so like. So here we need to have the tweet that they're liking. And then what we're going to do is we are going to say, const. First, let's check if it's referenced. So const is liked by member. First, let's check if we have a member. And then we'll say const if liked by member. Then that will be equal to await Wix data dot query is referenced. And then we'll have tweets, and we'll have the likes field. I'm just going to double check that that's actually how it's saved in terms of the likes. Yeah. Okay. So likes, and we're going to the referencing item is going to be the tweet ID, and then the referenced is going to be the member.id. Does this take suppress auth? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to do suppress auth here as well. Probably, if we have any other data queries, we should probably no. So we really only have this one at the moment, which I did not. Oh, insert reference. So here we're going to need to suppress auth as well. True. Okay. Awesome. And is liked by member. So then we're going to say if not is liked by member. Then what we're going to do is await Wix data dot insert reference. And we're essentially inserting this same exact reference that I have right over here. Okay. And then let's wrap this in a try catch. And then we can console.log error. And we can also just return, let's just return true for now. And we're going to have a very similar function like this, but just for unlike. So let's do unlike. And then we're going to see is liked by member. And then if it is liked by the member, then we're going to remove the reference. Remove reference. Okay. Technically, I guess this could be one function. Yeah, maybe. Let's have one more function that checks. Okay, for now, no. Cool, retweeted tweet. So let's return tweet, retweeted tweet here. And here we're going to return the comment tweet. Okay, so we built out a bunch of APIs. Who knows if they work or not? But now I'm going to start diving into the front end. So I'm going back to our homepage. And the way that I'm going to do it is I'm going to build it all out so that it really is all a one-page app. And we're going to use a multi-state box to kind of control the different parts and views of the app, essentially. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add how do I add that side header thing again? Oh man. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add, this is the part that I knew would slow me down, not the coding. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add a container. And this container is going to be the container for creating tweets. So what we're going to need to have here is going to be an input, and we're going to have a long text box input, and we're going to have an upload button. So that will be inputs, upload button, and then let's just use this button. Now that's actually, okay, it's pretty ostentatious for upload picture button. And then we're going to have just another button that will be to tweet. Let's have this one. Sweet. And awesome. Okay, so this is going to be, let's start connecting some of these things. This is going to be, call this new tweet wrapper. And this is going to be uh, tweet content input. Just change it to content input. And this is going to be our image upload button. And this is going to be our tweet button. Okay, awesome. So let's start writing out the code for that. So I'm going to have function, it'll be an async function, and I'm going to call it tweet. And it's going to say this const content equals to content, whoops, W, content input dot value. And then this the image upload button. So we're going to have const image equals to, no, I just have to do const, no, we have to upload the files. So we have here the image upload button dot upload files, I think it's called. No, image upload button dot file upload files. That's what I was looking for. And then here we're going to have the files const file URL. No, so let's have here, I have that as a promise. I don't think so. So let image, then we're going to have upload files. I wonder if I could just await that. Let's see. I think that should be, yeah, because it's just a promise. So let's have that let files equals await. And then I need a log here what the files look like. I don't remember the structure of that. I could take a look at the documentation because that is fair game. And yeah, so here we're going to have the, oh, I have to start upload. Here, upload files. Okay, so we have the uploaded files, and then I'm only going to allow one image upload. So we just need uploaded file.file URL. So then we're going to have here const image equals to files 0 dot upload dot file URL. Oh, file URL. Awesome. And then we are going to need to import our API. So I'm going to say import create tweet from backend slash tweets. And then here we're going to say const new tweet equals to await create tweet. And I'm going to pass in the content and the image. Okay, so that should be enough to create tweet. Let's have another function, which is going to check if somebody's a member. So function, function, check membership. And here we're going to say, let's import authentication from Wix members front end. And then we're going to say const if authentication dot logged in is not true, then we're going to prompt login. Prompt authentication dot prompt login. Yeah, okay. That should be good. I could also return true or false. Okay, technically, it's not good practice to do this, but yeah, let's just return else return true. Okay. So we're going to say const is member equals check membership. Logged in member. And then we can say, I don't think that there are any promises here. Yeah, if is logged in member, then we're going to return. Okay, just to check if somebody's a member before we let them tweet, just so we don't flood the backend API with people who can't tweet anyways. So, okay, cool. So that is our new tweet. Yes, there's a whole set of APIs that I forgot to build out, which is the feed. Okay, so let's create another. Let's create another section here. Should I create another section or another container? Create another container. So let's have here. So I'm really trying to build it like as components, different components that after that I can kind of move around and play with. So here, let's add another empty box, and this is going to be our feed. Okay, I'm just going to stack these so that for now they're visually, they look okay. And here is going to be our feed, and this feed is going to be built up with a repeater. Cool. And this repeater, did I actually add a repeater? I don't think I added, yeah, it was a repeater. Okay, cool. So I'm going to put that over here. And this repeater will be a list. And each one of these is going to be a tweet. One feature that I didn't discuss at all, which I'm starting to realize should have definitely been included in scope, is the ability to follow another account. So that is going to be pretty critical. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add that into our scope. Yeah, I did this a little rushed. So here we're going to have follow accounts. And cool. Okay, so actually, do we even need following accounts? No, we actually don't need following accounts. We're just going to have chronological. We're going to have, I'm staying within scope, I'm not doing scope creep, I'm staying within scope. And we're just going to display tweets chronologically as they're tweeted from the rest of the world. No other algorithm going on. So yeah, okay, cool. So we need to display tweets. So I'm going to add in some text here. And looks like a good size. Okay, so that's the tweet. And let's add an image. Media. Just going to add in, yeah, this will be our default profile image. Yeah, for good measure, we can add this over here as well, because I know that that's kind of like a design feature here. When you're creating a new tweet, you see your profile image so that you remember who you are. Um, cool. And then here we're going to need all of our kind of like, share. So let's add in some buttons. And awesome. So we have like, huge. And we're going to have, okay, we're going to need to find some more styled buttons. Let's see, maybe I could just change that, copy this and change the icon on it. So I'm going to copy this over. And we're going to change the text and icon. So change this. This is going to be speech bubble. Awesome. This is for comment. And we're going to have our retweet, which is going to be place icon. And then let's do recycle. Arrows. Let's try that. Okay, awesome. Great. This is our retweet. And okay, cool. So here we're going to have the, this is going to be the tweet content. And this is going to be the tweet. And this is going to be the tweet repeater. Tweets repeater. And this is going to be like button, comment button, and share, retweet button, retweet button. Awesome. Okay, so we have now something to display our tweets after we create them. And let's create the API that will get existing tweets. Okay, so I'm going to go and I'm going to go to our tweets APIs. I'm going to get async function get tweets. And what this is going to do, actually, I'm going to build this out on the front end because it'll just to make the pagination a little more simple. Okay, so I'm going to actually create this as a front end function. So this is going to be async function get tweets. And I'm not going to take any parameters. And I'm just going to make sure that the permissions of our tweet collection allows, let's see what our permissions are. Okay, so anyone can view content. Okay, so this won't be an issue. And anyone can add content as well. Okay. Anyways, we're handling that through a suppress auth in the API, so we don't really need that. Okay, get tweets. So I'm going to import Wix data here from Wix data. And then here, what we're going to do is we're going to say const tweets query result equals to await tweet await Wix data dot get dot Wix data dot query tweets. Not fine. Okay, so this will get us just the tweets, and then we are going to return tweets query result dot items. And now we're going to create another function, which is going to be populate tweets repeater. Repeater. So we're going to first define the on item ready for the repeater. So tweets repeater dot on item ready. And here we're going to have the item content I didn't define here. Item and item data. We're going to have the item content, tweet content, sorry, is going to be text equals item data dot content. Content. Awesome. And what else do we need to do here? For now, that is all I'm going to do. And I'm just going to populate, trying to prioritize key features here. So we're going to have the tweets repeater dot data equals to await get tweets. Async function. Okay, so let's have another function. Get tweet, new tweet, and then here we'll run populate await populate tweets repeater. And we need to attach this tweet to the button, which I didn't do. So let's select this button, tweet button, as we called it. So here we're going to have tweets, tweet button, on click, and here we're going to tweet. And then another thing we're going to do here is we are going to populate tweets repeater. Okay. Cool. Cool. Let's start with this repeater as this box. Select the repeater. So I'm going to collapse it at first. I'm going to expand it after we get our tweets. So tweets repeater dot expand. And cool. Okay, so I'm going to try it out. So let's go ahead and hit publish. 15 minutes ago, I'm starting to feel that we won't implement all of our features, but let's check it out. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to refresh here. Okay, so let's try tweeting. I'm going to open the console just to see exactly where I went wrong as soon as this throws an error. Obviously, the design here is really bad. Okay, so this is my first tweet. And then I'm going to hit tweet. Okay, wants me to sign in. Awesome, that worked. I logged in, and now I'm going to tweet and unquote and promise. No files found. Okay, awesome. So that is an error. So I'm uploading files, but if there's no files, then we have a problem. So we need to basically check if we have any files first. So here we're going to have value. Let's see, maybe value. Okay, files equals my value. Okay, cool. So let's go back here. Done. Just edit that little thing. Images. Okay, so here, I'm going to change this to uploaded just for the language. Uploaded. Pressure is on. Uploaded files. And here, this is going to be uploaded files. And then I'm going to say if, actually, I could just say this dot value dot length is bigger than 0. Then we'll do this. Cool. Here we'll have let image, and this will just be that. Here we can add just a console log new tweet. And here I'm going to add a log for our query results. I'm going to say console.log tweets results. Awesome. So let's go ahead and publish that update. Cool. I'm going to refresh here. And I don't know if you hear that motorcycle in the background. This is my first tweet. Go ahead and hit tweet. Yay! Okay, oh my gosh, so bad. Okay, so this is the first tweet that has been tweeted, and this is my second tweet. So, cool, so yeah, it's showing in chronological order. It's showing the most recent tweets first, which is great. So let's, what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to try and log out. It's gonna be a little hard because we don't have any kind of login, log out button. So let me add a button to log out. So this is just gonna be log out, and then log out button, because basically I need to sign in as another user in order to test out some of these features. So we're gonna have here log out button, on click, and then we're gonna have here authentication dot logout. Okay, so let me publish that update to our Twitter. And then, yeah, I'm gonna refresh here. I'm going to log out. And now I'm going to try and make another tweet. So try, tweet, and it'll prompt me to log in. So I'm going to sign up with a fake email. So I'm going to say tester1@gmail.com. And here we're going to have tester robot, sign up. So I'm going to tweet that. Awesome. Okay, so we have another tweet. We have some big problems here because we don't know which tweet belongs to who. So that is a bit of an issue. That would have been a nice thing to include in our tweets in terms of username. Yeah, okay, but let's just focus on, so let's see what will happen if we do the retweet or the comment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have another container. How do we do this? Yeah, let's drag down this stack a little bit. Whoa. Adding another container in. Container, layout tools, empty boxes. And this one will be this, just to differentiate it a bit. And I'm going to add it to the stack, hopefully it lets me. Yeah. And this is just to show the tweet that we're either retweet that we're commenting on. Okay, so I'm going to add some text. Add some text over here. Okay, wow, how am I going to handle this? So I'm going to handle state like this. So I'm going to say let state. Okay, so let state equal tweet. And then what's going to happen is that here in the on click, I'm going to have some different states here. So I'm going to say switch, and this is going to be state. And I'm going to say if it's tweet, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to run tweet. If it is a different case, so let's say if it is retweet, then we'll run another function called retweet. And then if it is comment, then we'll run another function called comment. We will have a comment. Okay. And let's have those functions here. So I'm going to copy this tweet function and name this retweet. And then here we're going to do that the same. There's not going to be any images, so we can get rid of this. And the new tweet. So instead of create tweet, what we're going to do, I'm going to change this to create retweet and to create comment, just so that we can differentiate the back end from the front end. And I'm going to import both of those here. So we're going to have create tweet, create retweet, and create comment. And then this function, the retweet function, will not take an image, so it'll just take, so this will be create retweet. And what it needs to take is the original tweet. So let's say let tweet. And now what we're going to do is that if I click retweet, I click the retweet button. So what we're going to do is we're going to say retweet, not on click. Oh no, no, that was a lie. This needs to go over here. Okay, so this goes over here. So item retweet button dot on click. What we're going to do is we are going to say tweet equals to item data dot item data item data. Why isn't it letting me do that? Cannot assign tweet because it's in a function. Oh, basically, tweet was also a function and also a variable. Okay, current tweet, no. Oh, okay. I need to just define it out of here. Okay. So current tweet equals item dot item data, and then what we're going to do is we're going to say this. We're also going to have to take out here then. State equal tweet. So state will be equal to retweet. And we're going to also want to do something similar for the comment. So I'm going to just copy this over, even though I don't know if we'll get that far. So comment button, current tweet, and the state will be comment. Cool. And awesome. Create retweet, and into the retweet, what we want to pass is essentially the original tweet, right? Because that was our API. Yeah, the original tweet. Okay, awesome. Cool, cool, cool. And oh, here we don't even need content actually, because we're just retweeting it. we do need content for the comment. So let's copy this over and comment. We don't need the image because we said we're not doing images. And here we're going to pass in the tweet. And we also need to pass in commented. Oh, sorry. No, we need to pass in the comment. So that's going to be the content and the commented tweet ID, which will be current tweet dot ID. Cool. And awesome. So when we select one of these, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to change this text. So it's going to be the selected. This is going to be current tweet text and current tweet text dot text equals to current tweet dot content. Do that for both of these. And I'm just going to add a little X button. Going to be an at button. And basically what this button will do is it just changes cancel. And when this is clicked, so what we're going to do is cancel button dot on click. What we're going to do is we are going to say current tweet equals null. And this text, this could obviously all be separated into another function when we were refactoring. This will be equal to nothing. And then we will also say that the state should be equal to tweet. Cool. And we didn't do the like. Didn't get to the like, but we did build out the API, which is nice. I fit it in 1 minute. Let's see. Right. Import that. Oh no, wait. No, this is important. So here, this needs to be, is this the comment? Where's the comment? Comment, this needs to be comment. Okay, got that. Like, okay, so we didn't manage to do like. Let's see. Like button. On click. 14 seconds. Um, wait, like. Oh no. Okay, that is just perfect timing. Okay. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. So, oh no, oh no. Okay. So this doesn't count. We didn't get to the like feature within an hour, so I'm going to comment that out. And yeah, so I'm going to allow myself to publish the site and then going to refresh and see what we have here. So it's almost as good as Threads. It's almost as good as Threads. Um, let's try retweeting. So let's see. Okay, cool. I don't know if that worked. I don't think so because if that would have worked, then there should have been. Let me try refreshing here. Okay, retweet did not work. That's sad. Let's try commenting. So here we have the what we're commenting on. I can switch it to this if we want. And then that's awesome. And hit tweet. Okay, something happened. Undefined. Let's, let's check out the collection. So I'm going to go here and go to this. Let's see what we. So we only have 3 tweets. We have the feed ID. We have the author ID. So let's do kind of like an autopsy on this and see why the retweet and the comment weren't working. So here, let's take a look at this. So, okay, so create tweet we have here, create retweet, tweet feed ID should be remember by retweet, create tweet, and try to insert a tweet. So let's take a look at some of our backend. I need to refresh this because I turned on dev mode after opening up that dashboard. Cool. So here, I'm going to try and retweet something. It's not even doing the log, so I feel like something might have been the problem here with this state thing. Console.log state. Right. Comment. Let's hit retweet. Okay, so the retweet, I think I need to hit that undefined. Let's see. Not set the property feed ID of null. Not set the property feed ID of null. Okay, interesting. So then the problem must have been setting the current tweet. Oh, yeah. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so this this needs to be current tweet. Okay, so that's the problem with the retweet. And problem with create comment, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the issue is with the create comment. So let's see if we have a log here in create comment. Let's do console.log comment tweet, even though she's getting that on the front end too. So let's publish that change. Again, this doesn't count. I failed with the comments and the tweet and the retweets. I just kind of want to, it's important to do some kind of retrospect and learn a bit once we spent an hour trying to build this out. So if I go ahead and hit here retweet and then I hit tweet. So that works. So now the retweet works, even though the functionality is kind of screwed up because when you retweet, it's just supposed to automatically retweet. It's not supposed to be like, okay, I click retweet and then I click tweet again. So that's something that I would fix in the next version of our app. But let's just check out the comments now. So I'm going to select comment and I'm going to try, hey, tweet. Still undefined. Let's see what the error is in the backend. Cannot read length of undefined. So let's go to our backend. Create comment. Am I not using the? There's no dot length here. So let's see. Oh, here, wait. Are we? Oh, there we go. Okay, so this comment I was just passing in the comment, but essentially this comment is the content of a new tweet. Okay, so it needs to be passed in like this because this create tweet, it takes a tweet. It doesn't take just the content. Oh well, go ahead and publish and refresh. And let's try that again. So I'm going to comment. Whoa, that's great. Still not working. See? Invalid reference. Invalid reference. Okay. So what is the problem there? Comment, insert reference, comment, tweet ID. Let's make sure that that's the name of the field. Whoops, here. Tweets, comments. Yeah, that looks right. Okay, so we have our comment tweet and we have our commented tweet. Oh, so this already is an ID, not the whole tweet. And then I tried to tap into the ID of the, so this was undefined basically. Let's go ahead and publish that. And I'm gonna refresh. And let's try commenting. This is my second tweet. That's awesome. And go ahead and tweet. And we have our comment. And the coolest part will be to see the database because that's, I mean, currently in the UI, you can't really tell what's a retweet, what's a comment, what's like, that's obviously terrible. But if we do look at the data, which is the important part, then we can see kind of the relationships between different things. And here we can see, for example, that if we take a look at, zoom out a bit. Yeah, so here, this is my second tweet, and it has a comment. And that comment is actually this tweet over here, which is, these are the tweets that the comments are related to because it's a multi-reference field. And if we check out the feed ID and the author ID, So that's actually the feed ID. Because maybe I retweeted one of my own tweets. Let me see 1 second. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to retweet this first tweet because that tweet was the other user. Oh, wait, I have to. That's how bad the UX is that I don't even remember how to use my own application in 5 minutes. Okay, so let's just open that collection again. Cool, yeah, and you can see here that the author ID and the feed ID are different. So I would be able to take this, like if I was to go into my feed and see, okay, what are the tweets this person posted? So I would see that in my feed, but the author would still be the original author. So it would be referencing back to this original tweet. Yeah, it might be a good idea to store the ID of that original tweet here as well, just to have a reference to that between tweets and retweets. That way, depends how you want to count the retweets. But anyway, that is going to be all for today. So just to recap, this was a build a Twitter killer app in 1 hour on Wix using Velo, and I'm kind of on the fence of how proud I feel about how far we got. I think we did cover a lot, even if they're not working like in an ideal way. Um, we didn't get to search at all. We don't have recommend feed with recommended tweets or anything like that. We have just a chronological feed, so that's like half a point I'll give myself on that. We can tweet. I didn't test the images, but I'm assuming that that works for now. And we can comment, we can retweet. Obviously, we did not get to the bonuses. We did not do the thing we said we weren't going to do, which is focus on design. But I think that for 1 hour, this is pretty good, and we built out some pretty robust APIs that can be built on. So I'm going to put myself out there, and I'm going to say that if this video gets 100 likes, okay, so if this video gets 100 likes, I will create a follow-up tutorial where we will flesh out the rest of the application, fix bugs and features, and really try and create something that's a little more respectable. Even though I think this is already better than Threads, yeah, we can try and build a slightly better Twitter killer. And yeah, so I talked about likes already, but you can subscribe if you like this content and you want to see more. And I will see you next time.